Hi guys, it's me, Lauren Gell, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy that you're here to hang out with me. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow all of those things down below. I would greatly appreciate it. In today's video, we're going to be doing a full face of trying on e.l.f. products. Haven't done a full face here on the channel. Won't do them a lot, but there have been a lot of releases from e.l.f. that have just been gradually accumulating in my wish list. So I figured with the newest launch of their single eyeshadows and the sparkly lip balm, I would just go ahead and do the full shebang. Now I will say there's a couple products I don't have to do a full face, but that's fine. It's still a full face basically. And all of these products are genuine products that I have been wanting to try for quite some time. So go ahead, sit back, enjoy, and yeah, let's just dive right on in. Okay, I'm super excited about this video. I have a whole array of products in front of me, and let's start just order of operations. So we're going to be doing a get ready with me, but with new products, and it'll all be first impressions, obviously. The first thing we got here is primer. We have the Power Grip Primer with niacinamide in it, and then the Luminous Putty Primer with Universal Glow. Both of these are freebies when I bought from e.l.f.'s website. The Power Grip Primer I have tried in the past, and I didn't like it, but my skin has changed from the time that this originally came out, and my preferences have changed. So maybe I will like it now. It says it has 4% niacinamide to even the skin tone. We love makeup that also has skincare in it. That's like the biggest trend nowadays. And then this one, the Luminous Primer. It says get a luminous base with this gripping makeup primer. Hyaluronic acid and collagen help plump and hydrate the skin to create the perfect canvas. So, because I have two different ones here and I'm genuinely intrigued by both of them, I'm going to do one on one side, one on the other. I'm going to do this one on this side, the other one on that side. So, I'm going to put it on my fingers. Look at that drippage. Ew, that sounded wrong. I'm going to do like a swipe and pat motion here. Do a little bit on the nose. Now, the reason I didn't like this originally is because I was a matte girl through and through when this first launched. And though this is... I'm gonna do a little bit more. Though this is gripping, I feel like it didn't help my skin too much at the time. But I have been really working on treating my skin with what it actually needs. And I feel like now that I'm hydrating my skin, it's now like the oils are balancing out. I will say the stickiness isn't on my fingers anymore. I feel like when I originally tried it, the original green one, it definitely stuck to my fingers, but not this time, so I don't know. I don't think it's probably any different than the green one, except that it has niacinamide in it, but I will say there is, like, this is like normal glow, right? But there is this little bit of like hydrated sheen. And then the other one's the Luminous Putty Primer, and I'm intrigued by this because, again, I like something a little more glowy as my base. And I did swatch it, but it just comes in this yellow. There's a little bit of glitter in it, but I'm hoping obviously that that just creates radiance more than anything, and it's not just straight glitter on the skin. Can you see that shine? Okay, we're gonna test it. Both of these are a little bit like cooling to the touch. And a little bit of this putty primer goes quite a long way. So even though this is a mini primer, I mean, I'm probably still going to get some decent use out of it, which is always nice. I'm going to take a little bit on my nose, and a little bit right here, and down my chin a little bit. On the skin, it's not super shiny or anything. I actually feel like the Power Grip side has more like shine to it, and this is definitely that like subtle radiance. There's no real smell on my fingers, but the glow is not coming off of them. So I probably should have packed hand sanitizer. So far, first impressions, I'm liking the Power Grip side, just the effect of it more than this. I don't know. There's not really any like pore filling or anything. It's not tacky like this one. And this is just a little tacky. It's not excessive. I know a lot of people were like sticking stuff to their face. I can try that just out of the fun. Let me do like the cap of this and see if it sticks. Whoa. Oh, it's sticking to both sides. Okay. I was all excited. I'm a dummy. I'm gonna do my brows, or at least fill them in a little bit with my L'Oreal brow gel, because I didn't get a brow gel from e.l.f. I don't like their brow gels too much. But my brows will eventually be the e.l.f. brow pencils. I'm going to throw some concealer down because I was going to get the hydrating concealer, but they didn't have it in my shade when I went to Walmart. So I was like, you know what, I'll just use good old Natasha Denona. I'll come back to do the rest of the face. So just wait around for me. Okay, so I'm back. Brows are tinted, eyes are canvassed, and I did use my Natasha Denona concealer to blank out my eyelid. But one thing, honorable mention, the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I love this stuff. This is supposed to be a dupe for Makeup Forever's HD powder, and I do think it is very, very comparable. But the reason I started buying this, and I've used it a handful of times, like I've used it up a handful of times. But the reason I started buying this was because I loved the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil Pressed Powder, but I was tired of paying $30-something for it because I went through it so fast. And so I tried this as a dupe for it, and I do think that this is a pretty comparable dupe to that powder as well. There's no white cast to this powder. It has a good longevity to it, and it's just a really solid finishing powder, as it says. And I'll probably use that a little bit later too as well. But I'm so excited. First thing, I want to try this out. This is one of the brand new releases. This is the O Face Shimmer Balm. This is in Perfection. These are supposed to be a dupe for, I don't know the brand and the product, but if I find it, I will put a picture up here somewhere for you of the dupe that this is supposed to be mimicking. And I'm super excited to try this. I always put a lip balm on prior to doing the rest of my face, but it's sparkly. Do you see that? Let me do it up close. Do you see the sparkle? It's just sparkly. That's so cool. It's weird though, because it is like a beige, but the sparkle on it is green. You'd think it'd be like gold, but it's definitely green. So let's try this out. Oh, there is definitely some glitter. So it's not like overly glittery, like it definitely gives a sheen. There is some heavier glitter particles, but you can't feel it. Very, very thin application on the lips. You can feel a little bit of the grit when you're applying it, but not on the lip itself. Now, normally I'm not putting on a crap ton. I do like maybe 1-2 layers of a lip balm, but I built it up so you can kind of see that glitter. I will say if you look close, you can definitely see the glitter particles. It's not like it's not like aggressive glitter. It's just a little bit extra up close, but far away, it's definitely just this really, really pretty glowy shine. I actually really like this. And I've applied a lot more, probably 6 or 7 layers now. And I can feel the glitter now, but if you're just doing a normal application, 1 to 2 layers, you're not going to feel that glitter. There's like a little bit of a sweet flavor to it, but it's not scented and it's not like an overly sweet like confection sugar. I like this, and the reason I wanted to grab this actually was so it could go in my purse. I definitely love a good lip balm in stick form, and this is just a little bit more luxe, so I really like this so far. I am trying, because I bought an eyeshadow palette, which we'll get into, but I'm trying to cut and make like a perforated edge so I can open it, and it's not working because the perforated edge is back here. But then this isn't peeling off. Okay, e.l.f., you're losing points for your eyeshadow palette packaging. And the reason I got this was because I've tried e.l.f. eyeshadows in the past and they're okay, but they said that they reformulated and repackaged, and yes, they did. But you'd think with the repackaging, they would have at least made the how to get it open easier, because I'm afraid I'm gonna break it, and like I only spent $10 on it, but I also spent $10 on it. So I picked up the e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset Perfect 10 eyeshadow palette. I picked this up because I thought this would be beautiful for fall. And also I genuinely want to retry their shimmer shadows and stuff. This is really pretty. In here it's definitely shimmer heavy. You have 4 mattes, that's it. But you have 2 deeper mattes, 1 more warm, 1 more cool, and then 2 transition shades that also follow, 1 warmer, 1 cooler. So that's pretty cool. And I feel like you get like a brown, bronze shades, and then pink, purple, rosy tones. So it kind of makes sense, you know? So with my eyes set, I'm going to go in with this. In theory, I would have done 2 different eye looks, but I have to take my dog to the vet today because she has an ear infection. I'm not doing 2 different eye looks because I have to go out. And then the new launch going along with the lip balm that I just tried are these Finest Fleck Glitter Eyeshadows. Sheer Glitter Eyeshadow Toppers. So I have Champagne Showers and then Straight Fire. And I only picked up 2 shades because I just wanted to try them out. However, these are supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Moondust shadows. And if you know, you know. These are phenomenal. They are expensive though. They're $24. Now, I didn't buy them all at $24. I bought them when they were on sale here and there. But I do love them so much that I have not 1, not 2, not 3, but all 5 of the original shades. And then I also have the 2023 holiday launches. Just as reference, like, I love my Moondust shadows, and I'm very, very hopeful that these are a really good dupe for them because these only retail for $6. So I have Champagne Showers again, that I think is supposed to be the dupe for Space Cowboy. So I'm going to compare these two, and then I also grabbed, again, Straight Fire, which is more of like a duochrome toppery one, and I think this is to be a dupe for Solstice from Urban Decay. And the reason I wanted to try it is because this shade definitely has a shift to it, unlike Space Cowboy. This is more just true fine glitter. So I wanted to see, can e.l.f. capture the essence of the super sparkly shiftiness, but can they also capture the super sparkly shiftiness, but with duochrome shifts to it, you know? We're going to compare those today as well. But first, I want to dive into this eyeshadow palette and see if it's good from what I remember the originals being like, which weren't terrible, but they were definitely drugstore. So for this, I think the star of the show is probably going to be the shiftier one. So I think I'm going to do, let's do the rose golds on top and then maybe the bronzy shades on bottom. So I'm going to take a little bit of the lighter transition shade here, tap in real quick. Not a lot of kick up in the pan, which means just the eyeshadows, like, once you dip your brush in, there's eyeshadow everywhere. I just want to see how pigmented and buildable these are because honestly, they have a couple different versions of this. I want to say like 8 or 9, if not, you know, 10 different ones. That might be a stretch. But I'm kind of like, I want to take my cheaper makeup traveling, you know? Because I don't want my good old stuff to get lost or broken because I have a tendency to break stuff while I'm traveling. So if I could take something a little bit inexpensive, why not? This is building up very beautifully. I will say I have to go in a couple times into the eyeshadow palette, but I mean, hey, for $10, I'll take it. This is a lot warmer than I thought it would be too. I thought this would be more pink because in the pan it looks a little more pink, but it is not. I'm curious though, I am going to take the little bit deeper transition shade, just a touch, and see what that does. And I'm sorry it's so gloomy outside. It's so gross. Oh, that built up a lot. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to go back in with the first one that I did. So far, I really like these 2 shades. I'll do one eye on camera, one eye off camera to save us a little bit of time. So let's do that. I am cleaning my brushes off in between because they are not cleaned, but I have my Holy Grail Daily Clean Refresh from Sephora. This is the best little quick brush cleaner. What I do is I just spray it on a rag and then I just swirl it off until the pigment comes off. And you can kind of see it there. So you can get a mini of it for like $8. I think it's just watered down micellar water, to be honest. I haven't really looked at the ingredients. So I'm going to take first this shade, pick it up with my brush, tap it off a little bit, and go in and set that down first and see. Ooh, that's a rich brown. It's more of like a terracotta almost. Ooh, this is building up so nice. It's been quite a while since I have tried drugstore eyeshadow. And over the years, they have just gotten so much better and they're blending really nicely together. Now, I will say, I can tell that I have to build these up a little bit more, but again, for $10, you're paying, you know, $1 per shadow. This is really nice, and I kind of like that it's giving a monochromatic feel. I'm gonna take a little bit of the deepest shade too, just to use as many shades as possible. I also want to deepen this outer portion of my eyelid up a little bit. These are actually like blending into each other really nicely too. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of both of them and just blend it right here. And when people ask me why, because I feel like a lot of people compliment me on my blending, and like that's not me fishing for a compliment, because I just want to tell you this is my method to doing that, is I just take all of my initial shades, place them, buff them out, and then I just go back in with a mix of those shades to then create the blend, and it works every time. Okay, so this actually performed really pretty. I'm gonna do the toppery shades, but I think I'm gonna go in with the rosier tones. And because this shade shifts red to green, I'm gonna do the like rosier tone. I don't know, I feel like it'd be pretty. So I'm gonna go in, do 2 little swipes. There's the eyeshadow. I always do my finger for the most part with eyeshadows, unless it's a super flaky one and then I need to throw down some like glitter glue. Okay, these are not that impactful, which I kind of was expecting. They're more of like a satin sheen. Still pretty, you still get some glow from it, but they're not what I want, which is why we're gonna go in with the topper shades. And then I think I'm just gonna take this lightest shade down here. Ew, I hate that. I mean, it goes with the look, don't get me wrong. I just hate the like goldy yellows, but it goes with this. Okay, and then I feel like the burgundy kind of blended away. Now it's giving drugstore. Okay, I'm gonna pause with this. Okay, so we're gonna try this one first. And I will say, I think what I'm gonna do is with the other eye off camera that I finish off, I'm still gonna use all the shades from here that I used on this eye, but I'm gonna take the Moon Dust shadows from Urban Decay as my toppers on this side to compare them to these. I'm gonna swatch these first. So we're gonna do let's do the Moon Dust one first. I'm gonna do 3 swirls. That's what it looks like. Swatched right there. You get a little bit of that base, but more so the shift than anything else. And then I'm gonna use this finger, 3 swirls. Definitely a little bit rougher texture. Still get shift in it. Not as much of a reflect, but you still get the sparkle. It's not as sparkly though as this one. So let me go in again, build it up. 1, 2, 3. Again, it's a $6 eyeshadow. I'm gonna go on top. Yeah, it's not the same sparkliness. Let me build it up. So that was the 3rd time. This is the 4th time. Now they're shifting similar, but still the glitter in here is a little bit richer, a little bit more sporadic. This is still, the e.l.f. one's a little bit more of like a shimmery sheen. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a fair chance and really go in and build it up. I don't know, I don't like the way it feels on my finger. We're gonna tap it on. I'm trying to give a benefit of the doubt, but like it's shifting, but it's not what I need, and I'm really going in with this eyeshadow. It's shifty, but it's not like that wet sparkle like the Moon Dust shadow. Let's compare the other 2 shades. We've got Space Cowboy, which we'll do clean finger. Let me wipe it off. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna put it, let's do right here. Okay, shifty, it's a little bit more of a beige. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 again, just to build it up for you on the back of my hand. There you go. So you can see like this and this, they just have more of a wet shimmer, and then this is kind of like a sheen. We're gonna try the, which one was this? Champagne Showers. I feel like, I hope this one is better. Still feels dry. Yeah. Okay. This, I can tell, has a little bit more of a sporadic sparkle than this one, but it's not too close. It's not the same. This definitely has more of a peachy undertone too, and this has more of a beige. Let me go again. 3 times now. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this just has more of a wet sparkle. This is more of just a sheen. Though the glitter is still, it's a little more sporadic in this shade with the e.l.f. one, but it's not Space Cowboy. I'm gonna put this on top of the gold that pre-exists on my eyelid, and I really went in. We're just gonna try it right in here. Okay, this is already, you see what I'm saying, where this one's just a little bit more of a wet shadow reflect compared to what's right in here. I'm going to go in and build it up a little bit more. So this one you can definitely see has more of that fine shimmer to it compared to the Solstice shade. So this one I already like a little bit more than the other one. I'm going to take a little bit of that gold and do my brow bone real quick. Right at the arch of my brow. So I just did this eye in like 2 minutes. But let me show you these two shades in comparison to the e.l.f. ones on this eye. So we are going to take clean fingers. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 very loosely. I'm just going to do those same like quick swipes and just apply it. Do you see what I'm talking about? Then we're going to take clean finger again. I'm going to do Space Cowboy. And it's going to go right here. I just feel like this sparkle is just a little bit more ethereal and wet. I'm going to come in close, okay? Hi. Do you see what I'm talking about? I don't know. I just feel like this is shifting better than this. This is still giving you some shift. It's just softer. And this is not giving as much of that duochrome flip as this side, which is interesting. So chances are when I'm done here, I'm going to go back and just put a little bit of each on each side. So I'm going to move on to the rest of my face and then we'll come back and do my lower lashes. But I do have a new foundation. This is recent too. I think it might have come out last month, if not maybe a little bit earlier. But this is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and I have the shade 11 Neutral. I think it's gonna match. Hope it does. This is only $8 though, so if this is a win, good for me. It says, get buildable just right coverage and a long wearing satin finish with the hydrating foundation that's anything but basic. Anyways, so just a little squeeze it too. I'm gonna squeeze some on my hand. I don't know how much, so I'm gonna do 3 little driplets there. I'm just gonna use my Sephora brush. I'm also gonna blend this out a little bit on the back of my hand. Might be too yellow. I'm just gonna take whatever's left over and just throw it on my face. And then I'm gonna take it from my hand, swiping motions, and take it. This is the luminous putty side, so we'll see how this applies. Very, very soft layers here. And I'm curious to see how this works with my like acne scarring on my chin from hormonal acne. Not too much texture is showing. This is very fair. I probably should have grabbed something with a little bit more of a rosy undertone, but I always pick a neutral just to be safe because I know I can add like blush and stuff to it to make it work. I'm gonna take it up over my brow. And usually I go pretty hard just getting my face product on, but I'm being a little bit softer so we can really see it working. Or if it does work, put it that way, I guess. Something I want to point out that's really random is product, foundation, whatever it is, never sticks above my eyebrow. No matter what I do. It's been like that my entire makeup journey. So I have just learned to put a little concealer up there after I'm done putting my face on. Like my base at least. But this is actually sticking. So this is one soft layer minus my nose. I didn't do my nose yet. Let me do that actually. Let me do my little nose. Let me do right in here. Take it up a little bit. What was that accent? Up a little bit. And it is drying down, which is nice. Like I said, not a lot of texture happening. I'm gonna put a little bit extra right in here because I feel like it's a little uneven, which I always go in with one thin layer and then I kind of build in the areas needed from there because I don't like super full coverage foundation. So this is working out really nice. I'm gonna take a little bit more right in here, just where my redness tends to peek through. I will say I am having to build this up a little bit more than I would like, but I don't hate that about it. So this is one side of the face. Again, a little yellow, but it's fine. We'll make it work. I feel like this applied very, very well on top of the putty primer. Very, very pretty. For it to be a satin, I thought it was going to be a little bit more radiant, but it's actually giving a more natural effect. Because I heard a lot of people saying this doesn't wear well. It slips and slides all over the face. But with the way that it's applied, it's feeling pretty good as far as first impression goes. I'm going to do the other side real quick. Just because I want to see how it compares. But I'm going to do this side a little bit faster now that I know what I'm working with. So let's do that on the Power Grip side. I feel like I have the 3 little like pumps on the back of my hand are really working in my favor. I'm gonna play with this a little bit. I feel like I'm having to go a little bit heavier with my blending already, which, I mean, for a powder grip primer, that makes sense. Which, like, don't get me wrong, I don't pay attention to the way it looks on my chin. That's a weird spot to pay attention to, I guess. Well, I know a lot of people get texture down on their chin, so maybe it's not that weird. But for me, it's not my chin that I focus on, where it's like, is it working for me? It's usually my forehead more than anything. I'm not seeing too much of a difference between the application on both sides. If anything, there is a little bit more of my natural texture showing through on this side compared to the gripping side, which I thought would have been the opposite. I will say this is definitely giving buildable for sure, but for $8, the effect is kind of beautiful. It's like just the right amount of coverage that I want, and I'm loving that about it. Like, this is not a foundation that you're going to get crazily carried away with, I feel like. I feel pretty, and that was like just enough product too. This is where I'm gonna stop with the foundation because I don't want to get too crazy with it. So I'm super excited. We got a putty bronzer. Now, I have tried this in the past. This is actually the product that got me into cream products in the first place, because everything before that was always powder. So I know this product and I know I liked it way back when, but I'm curious to see if I like it the same now that I've tried so many other products and cream bronzers. But when I first used this, I went through it so fast, and this was only $7. But it is like a beautiful, like, neutral shade. So let me grab my brush. I'm gonna ASMR. I loved this so much, and I definitely missed it in my collection, which is another reason why I wanted to grab it, because it's such a light bronzy shade. And I think for anyone getting into cream products, like cream bronzer, and you don't know what to do, this is a great one because you can't go too crazy with it. And honestly, I love it. The tone, oh, beautiful. This is a great product. And I always take mine around the entire parameter of my forehead. And yes, I have to dip in quite a bit, but I don't care. Part of that's because I'm heavy-handed with my cheek products. Or at least cream cheek products, I should say. But it's just a beautiful little wash of bronze, and I love it. And funny enough, I'm using the e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, which I've used this for years. And this is one of my favorite bronzing brushes. I'm going to take the smaller side, and that's why I love this brush. It's like $8. And I'm just going to do a little bit of fake contour bronzing on my nose to give a little bit of shape. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to take it down around on my neck and my lowest on my jawline. And yeah, still love it. Another thing that I really want to try is the e.l.f. Halo Glow filter, liquid filter. I've tried this in the past when it was the original launch. This is supposed to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter. I don't know about that. I've never used the Flawless Filter. But more importantly, the reason I picked this up is because the original #1 shade was way too dark for me. Because as we know, I'm pale as hell. Say it with me. This time around, they expanded it. They did a lot of like half shades. So there's like 1.5, 2, 2.5. And I would only hope that they also return the favor in making deeper shades like that too, like 4.5 and so on and so forth. I picked up the shade 0 because, again, pale as hell. And I'm super excited to try it out. And because I'm into glowy products now, I'm excited to test this as like a base highlighter. And you get a lot of product in here. So I'm actually going to swatch this on my hand real quick and just see. It's so much more of like a champagne-y. Oh, I should have put this on top. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more on the back of my hands. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Boop. Boop. That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm going to take my highlighting brush and just see how this works. It's a very soft radiance, but it's like just enough. I love it. Oh, it's perfect. It's the perfect light shade for me. The last cheek product I got here for creams is going to be the multi-chromatic multi-stick. No, that's not it. Monochromatic multi-chrome stick, and I got the shade Bronzed Cherry. I don't know if this is a dupe for anything, but I should have grabbed it. But this, the shimmer in it reminds me of the LYS cream blush sticks, and I really love those. This just seems like it's going to be a little bit stiffer, which isn't bad. Super excited. This was only $4, and I picked up the shade Bronze Cherry. One, to go with the eyes, but two, because it looks so pretty, and I love a good warm blush, and I thought this would be beautiful in fall. So it's a 3 for 3. So that's one little swipe. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to do another little swipe here and use that as my blush. So I'm going to go in, pick it up, and see. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more on the back of my hand. Because honestly, even if you go through this fast, it's only $4. And they have a few good shades, like a few different shades. This is so pretty. And I'm so excited to have shades that I'm really going to get a lot of use out of. And I feel like so far everything I can really see using fairly regular. I mean, obviously the eyeshadow palette, I'll use it when I feel like those shades. But again, for fall, like, it kind of works out. And I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I feel like rose golds are always like summery, but also fall. And I kind of love that about it. I absolutely love that little bit of glow on the skin. Definitely worth $4 already. I also need to blend out under my nose because it was looking like Rudolph for a hot second there. Let me do my concealer, and then we're going to also set my face because I have the Halo Glow setting powder and a powder puff to try. So let me do my under eyes real quick. I'm going to set with this powder under my eyes because I don't know how glowy this is going to be, and I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to self-sabotage because we're doing so good so far. So let me do that real quick and then I'll be back. So this Halo Glow setting powder, it sets makeup and creates a soft focus luminous finish. The reason I picked this up is because I really love my glowish powder. That's a pressed powder, but I love the glow finish that it gives my skin. So I wanted to see if I could find a dupe for it. And a lot of people said that the finish of this is very similar to the glowish one, but it does come in one of these little containers. I love the sifters where you can like move it and cover your little dust holes. I don't know, but I'm going to tap some out, and we're going to go hard with the glitter, not the glitter. We're going to go hard with the glow and just do the whole face in it today. I also bought the glowy puff, the Halo Glow powder puff to go with it, which is only $4. So I'm curious to see how this applies. If you've never used a powder puff before, I definitely recommend them, but I definitely also recommend that you tap out the excess on the back of your hand or something so you can even out the powder on the puff. This is going to turn me yellow. This is definitely not a flexible puff. I don't like the fabric of this because it's like you can see kind of the texture of it. It's a little stiff. So I'm going to switch from using this already and go in with a brush and see what that does. But the glow on my hand is pretty. There we go. That's way better. This powder is kind of clinging to my facial hair, which I'm not one of those people that like derma blades or derma, whatever the little shaving razor is for the face. Dermaplane? Is that it? I don't know. I'm not going to do all that crap because my thought process is, yes, there's certain things I get rid of. Like I shave my legs and stuff, but I don't know. I think shaving your face goes a little too far. Okay, this powder, maybe I shouldn't have set my whole face with it. I will say it's not super glowy, which I do like. So it still does set the skin. And it's not clinging to everything now that I got rid of the powder puff. So that's also good. I'm just not sure if this is something that I would use outside of like my T-zone for that little bit of glow. But it's not the worst powder. Like I definitely have tried worse powders, but this I'm not in love with in comparison. I'm going to do my lower lashes real quick. I'm just going to use all the same mattes that I used prior and the same brushes. So I'm actually just going to take a mix of these two shades and just go in and kind of smoke out my lower lash line with them with a little bit more precise application on both sides. And then I'm just going to take my brush here and I'm going to go back into my transition shades and then go in, look up, buff it out, and then blend out over here a little bit more. And this is literally what I do every time. I do my lower lash line with any eyeshadow. Different colors, but all of my eyeshadow application is still the same basic principles. So once you learn technique that you like, all you have to do is just apply different colors to it. But I want to do my inner corner, and I'm going to do it with that same gold in here because it's the lightest shade on a dry brush. See what that does. It's a little pop of color. It's not a bad shade. It's just not my favorite kind of gold. Okay, so real quick, I did add the moon dust shadows to this eye as well, just so the shimmery reflect was the same. But we do have a mascara to try, and this is the Lash and Roll Mascara, the lifting and curling formula. And this is to be a dupe for Benefit's Roller Lash. So let's get into it. Basic packaging we love. I haven't tried a e.l.f. mascara that I have liked, so we'll try it out. This is the wand, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna be hard on this mascara because it's also a molded wand, and I prefer a bristle-based wand. If you don't know the difference, bristle-based mascara wands look like a hairbrush more. They have more of those little like fibers connected to them, and the ideal of them is that they caress the lash more. So the more little like hairbrushes you have, the more product clings to it and then applies and dispenses to the eyelash. Molded wands are fine. They're just a little bit stiffer, and I feel like I always have to do a little bit extra work with them, like I am right now. And then I also don't care for a super curved wand either, like this one. So we're just coming at it strong, but I wanted to try it because it said lengthening and volumizing, right? Or curl and volume. Curl and length? I don't know. I wanted to see just how much I can get out of it, but I feel like I really had to build that up. I'm gonna try the lower lash. I will say curved ones like this are really nice for the lower lash. I feel like they do definitely give a lot of length to my lower lashes at least, but I'm definitely gonna have to grab more product to do the other eye. I feel like it's not giving the initial desired effect that I want. But maybe, you know, another coat will do it. I will say this side of my face's lashes tend to always do better. My right eyelashes are usually the problematic ones. We'll see what happens over here. I wish I had fuller lashes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have length to my lashes. They're just sparse. But this is the lash. I feel like they look a little stiff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure about this. It's not my fave, which usually e.l.f. mascaras never work out for me. But I thought I'd give it a chance. I guess while that's drying, I'm gonna do my other cheek products. I have the primer infused matte bronzer in Forever Sunkissed, which I have used. And then the primer infused matte blush in the shade Always Tempting, like this beautiful berry. Now I don't know if this is gonna look perfect with this eye look, but we'll make it work. And then I don't have a highlighter, so I'm just gonna use one that's just sitting here, which is my broken, beat up Fenty highlighter. The new ones, but it broke, so I just threw it in here, and this is how I've been using it. So I will say I have used both of these products in the past. I used a different shade, so this is a new shade for me. Again, beautiful for fall. But I have used this bronzer shade in the past, and then I did really enjoy it, but I gave it away because I had a friend at the time who was getting into makeup, and so I gave her some like drugstore beginner friendly stuff. But these are definitely slimmer than what they used to be. They used to be a little bit more bulky, so I appreciate that they're a little bit slimmer. Now, if I remember correctly, these are a little bit softer, but again, I go so heavy-handed with my makeup that sometimes it's nice having something a little bit softer throw on, especially like if I'm in a rush. I just start flinging product on my face. And like this right now, the speed that I'm going is typically how fast I'm going when I'm getting ready. And normally I can do a full face, eyes and all, in about 45 minutes. And that's with errors. I feel like the longest thing on my face, the most time spent is on my brows. Then I'm just going to take a little bit, again, fake contour, fake bronze, whatever you want to call it. Just giving a little bit of a warmth to the cheek. I'm going to take whatever powder's left on this brush and kind of diffuse it a little bit. But I do love this bronzer tone. I always have. I just been a long time since I picked it up and I've missed it. So let me try this blush. Just, oh, it's such a beautiful berry tone. Ugh, I love a good berry tone. I'm gonna go in with this a little bit softer because it looks like it's gonna be pigmented, but I don't think it is. Which kind of I'm living for. Now, I will say for a shade that's this deep in the pan, you'd think it'd be more pigmented for a deeper complected person, because obviously this shade was designed for the deeper complexions and then the lighter shades were designed for my pale ass. But I can get away with using this, you know? So it kind of makes me worried that this wouldn't be inclusive. But I do really like this shade on me. It's definitely giving sunburnt. And I'm going to stop there because I do have a tendency to get out of hand with it. Okay, I'm going to do my eyebrows real quick. Which, again, I just use the e.l.f. Instant Brow Pencil and the Ultra Precise Pencil. I use this to fill in my brows, this to shape my brow, and then I just throw a little bit of the L'Oreal Voluminous Brow Gel on top for a little bit of extra volume. So I've been using this combination for a few years now, and I absolutely love it. We're going to come back and do lips and setting spray because I have a couple products to play around with as well. Okay, my brows are on. They're not even. They're not great, but I don't care. That's the reality of it. Another product I wanted to mention is because I threw this on my waterline, and it's a product that I am slowly trying to use up just because I've had it for so long, but I do love this product. It's the No Budge retractable liners from e.l.f. and this is just the black. I think they have a white and a brown. These are phenomenal. They last so long in the waterline. They really are almost no budge and I absolutely love it, and they're like $6. I am gonna go ahead and set my face. I never do my lips prior, so I'm gonna set my face first, and I really hope this works out for me. But this is the Power Grip setting spray, and the reason I got this is because when I'm at work, I'm always like mid-shift reviving my skin with a little facial spray, and I've been using the Milk Gripping setting spray, which this is a dupe for that. So I was like, well, if I like that one so much, maybe I'll like the e.l.f. one. I'm a little nervous because, I don't know, it could break the face. So we're going to try it. Oh, it's a fine mist. What does that smell like? Oh my god. This smells like... Oh! This literally smells like car oil. Like going into a mechanic's workshop and that just over smell, like the grimy smell and the oily smell, that's what this smells like. And it's kind of lingering on my face. I feel like I have to really go in with it to feel it on my skin. Why does it smell like that? I need to stop spraying it. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. I have the last thing I want to go through is I have a bunch of lip products. Because they've come out with a bunch of products that I just really have wanted to try. I've got two different lip liners. I have the lip plumping gloss, the oil, and a lip stain. And this is a pretty like warm neutral look. I think all in all I'm going to play around with these on the back of my hand, but I'm probably going to use the more neutral stuff today. And I bought this in prep. So I bought like a pink lip liner. This is the Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner in the shade Hot Pink. And I bought this specifically because I'm getting into bolder lip colors, but this was only $4. And I thought for it to be a hot pink, it's a thick lip liner, so this would work as like a lipstick. I have to kind of build it up a little bit, but beautiful, just hot pink. A little bit drier than I prefer, but that's not a bad thing if I plan to use this as a lipstick more than a lip liner. So there's that one. I'm not going to use that today. I also got Pinkies Up, which is the glossy lip stain. I don't know, I've just wanted to try these for a while because I've never really used a lip stain before. This is the cutest little packaging. It's adorable. Does this actually stain your lip? That's not really pink. I would describe that as like a beige. And then I got the Red Delicious Glow Reviver Lip Oil, and I wasn't going to get this, but when I was buying the foundation and the bronzer at Walmart, the shade caught me off guard, and I really wanted to try this. Ooh, just to see if it was going to be like that cherry glossy red lip, and it is. That little hint of pink. Oh. Ooh, it's got like a minty smell. Ooh, is this plumping? No, it's cooling. I can feel it on my hand. Ooh, okay. How pretty would that have been as a combination? Like, I would think this would look beautiful on top of the lip liner. Oh, another day. But these are what I really want to play with today. This is another lip liner from e.l.f. and these have been raved about quite a bit. These are the Cream Glide lip liners, and I got the shade Dark Cocoa, which is a deep brown. And the best thing about this is only $2. This is the kind of formula I like. Very, very glidey. I don't know if this is going to go with the lip liner look today, but we'll try it. I'm terrified of this. So arguably not the lip liner color for this look. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I wipe it off? Let me see if I can blend it out. Oh, I kind of like that I can like really blend it in. Okay. Okay, so because this is such a warm or a cool tone, I did want to try this, but this is the Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen in the shade Toasted. And the reason I got this is because I thought it would be really pretty on top of the brown. And I do like the Tarte formula, but I don't always want to pay $24 for a lip product. Because this product, not this one, but obviously the Clicky Pen product from Tarte, I do go through pretty fast. This isn't the lip for the eye look. I do like this formula. I like that it's a little bit more coverage and the plumping, you can feel it, but it's not terrible. Now, I'm going to take this off because in theory, I thought this would go with the look. I'm going to try the little lip stain. Very, 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 very lightweight. And it does have a cooling effect. I get the glossiness of it, but I don't think it's staining. I mean, there's color there, but it's not pink. I'm gonna blot it. Oh, okay, it does stain. It's like my lips, but better. Oh, I don't hate that. I'm just gonna put this on. I really want to play with this. Ooh, she juicy. For it being a lip oil, it's a little bit more emollient. It doesn't feel like it's gonna dry down too fast. But I do like the combination of these two products together. That's actually really pretty. We did it. This is a longer video, but it was super, super fun. Though this is only a first impressions, I'm super excited to see how I learn to incorporate all of these into like a regular routine. Because the first impressions to me is a lot different than like using it on the regular. Okay guys, I tucked my hair behind my ears because I'm definitely rocking day 3 or 4 hair. And it's not that it's dirty, like it still is like pretty healthy, shiny looking. It's just, she needs brushed. But instead I just throw it up. I really like the way my face came out. I didn't think anything was going to be an issue today, but I also didn't put it past the brand. I love e.l.f. I always have. They've always been a brand that I have really been into. And I love like what they're about and the products usually all the time. So this was really fun. I will say the eyeshadow's pretty. The actual palette itself is really, really pretty. I really like this and it makes me want to try more from the brand. The shimmers aren't my favorite, but they are really pretty for like that, just get the job done. The mattes in here are stunning. They have an all matte palette that's more neutrals and I kind of would just buy that and then pair whatever shadows I want with it because the mattes are truly a beautiful formula. And all in all, this is a really pretty color scheme. Very, very pretty on the eyes and it looks really beautiful with blue eyes. The shimmers, I don't like them. Like if you've never experienced the Moon Dust shadow, then yes, these are really, really pretty. They give a really pretty sparkle, but they just don't hit the same as the real thing. And all in all, for $6, these are pretty shimmers, but not the same as the OGs. I'm surprised. I thought I was going to like this one more, but I really like the Power Grip with niacinamide in it more. It doesn't seem as thick of a goopy consistency as the green like original Power Grip. It seems a little bit thinner of a formula, which maybe that is the niacinamide in it. I don't know, but I'm definitely really liking this. And then the Luminous Putty Primer, it's not bad, but between the two, like it's not something that I want to run out and go get. This is definitely something that I would utilize a lot more in my collection. So there's that. And then the foundation actually is wearing really well on top of it. It's holding up really nicely within the first hour. I think your skin looks the best in like hour 2 or 3 of wearing your face products. So far I really like this and the shade match isn't too bad. Like it definitely blended in. I knew putting the cheek products on top of it was going to do it justice. And it's only $8. That's great. This is why I love e.l.f. because they come out with pretty good products and some of them are phenomenal for so So inexpensive. The blush and bronzer, I really do enjoy bronzer more than a blush, but I do think this is a beautiful shade. The e.l.f. Halo Glow, I've used this before. I know I like this product, which is why I picked it up again, but I love that it's in a lighter shade that works for me all year long. The cream bronzer, I know I love it. They do have a luminous version, so if you want to skip having an extra step of highlighter, they make a luminous version. I don't know if the same shade as Tan Lines, but they have fair to deeper shades. So definitely check that out if you want a glowy cheek, but not 15 steps like I have. And then this, we're going to use this a lot. I can already tell you. I'm excited to try it as a monochromatic product and use it on the eye and the lips as well. The Halo Glow setting powder. I think I'm going to like this. It's not as glowy as the glowish one. And I kind of like that about it. Still gives some glow to the skin, but it doesn't, like, the glowish one tends to cake up a little bit. This doesn't. This is a very thin, finely milled formula, so I'm really into it. But this, I'm not really into. It kind of feels like a pillow, but not in a good way, like a stiff pillow. And I don't think that that texture and firmness applies to the face. So this, I'm not really into. It also kind of has like a microfiber towel material. So yeah, I'm not really into that. Mascara, still haven't found one from e.l.f. that I'm into, but that's okay. This was only $6, so it's not like I'll use it for the next couple months and then I just won't ever buy it again. But I'm not sad that I spent $6 on it. It was okay for $6, you know? The lip liners, very different. This is way more of like a matte. You put it down, it's going to stay there. This one's a little bit more glidey since it is a cream glide. This one is going to look so beautiful just to throw on the lips and blend out. And I bought a dark shade because I wanted to use it for fall. And the pink, y'all. This being a hot pink in this formula makes way more sense because it's not going to smear like this would. These in these deeper shades like this, I think are going to make a beautiful ombre. The glowy lip products, the lip balm, I like it. The glitter stays on your lip though. If you don't like the super glittery lip, you're not going to like this, but it is a very thin balm and it's not like too crazy. I will say I do wish it wasn't like a green sparkle and it was more of a gold, but I'll take it. It's a good one. This, I love the way this felt on my lips, and though I only used it for a short amount of time, I can tell you I'm going to eat these up. And the plumping aspect isn't a burning plump, it's a cooling plump sensation. This lip oil, no, this is the lip stain. This, I like. It's a little bit more brown than pink, so I don't know why it says Pinkies Up. That's the name of it, but I'm curious to try deeper shades of this. But this is really nice. I kind of like it a lot. And then this is my favorite lip product so far. I love this. And this, oh, let me just throw everything. The Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray definitely gives the hydrated feel. I want to love this, but the smell alone, I don't know if I can get into it because even now, it still smells like a car shop, but I don't like it. But all in all, I love my look today, and that's what's important. So, successful try on. Yay! Anyways, I think that's about it for me. Hi. Audio is probably going to sound different because I'm in my car and I'm trying to do my due diligence and remembering to check in real quick. Because we just got back from taking, well, we as in me, just got back from taking Clover to her vet appointment for her ears because she has seasonal allergies and her ears get real gunky and gross. So, she's ready to go in. Are you ready to go in? But this is the face, still held up really nicely. A little glowier on the nose than I'd want to be, but it's not like oily. I'm going to get ready and make some dinner and stuff and see how it holds up. But on my chin, you can see my breakout still showing through, but it's not too bad. The texture on my forehead's always there, but I'm just embracing it like it's a face. And then it doesn't really hide acne scars, but I'm not like picky about that, I guess. So anyways, update 1, I guess. Okay, it's the end of the night. It's like 9:30 at night and I put this makeup on. Finished putting it on at like 2:30 roughly. So about 7 hours of wear. And this is what we're looking like. I feel like normal wear and tear. The center of my face is a little bit more glowy than I'm used to, but it's more just like natural oils peeking through more than anything. And surprisingly, both sides seem to be having the same effect as far as like foundation working with primer. Overall, good makeup day. Yay, last check-in of the day. Now let's get back to the studio me. So we wrapped up, final thoughts and all, first impressions over with. I feel beautiful. That's the whole point of makeup in the first place. Yeah, I really love it. I love a little simple glam like this. I'm super excited. Nothing here was terrible. Some were questionable, but I'm overall satisfied. And yeah, I think that's about it for me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. All of those fun things down below. I would greatly appreciate it. So, I hope you're having a great day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'm sure I'll see you in another one. So, bye!